Today I'm gonna show you how to build a Lego Chibi Scorpion. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Here we have two of the most recent sort of chibi figure that I built recently. This is my Ahsoka and this is my Flying Mario, which is a little bit of a different style compared to this and other that I built before. But this was my first build for the Rogue Olympics, the contest for which I need to build something with 101 or less parts. This was my first one, while the last one was the lawnmower vignette. Today I'm gonna build another one for this contest. So actually the prompt for this week was changed. So my choice was to build another chibi character, another buildable figure of Scorpion from Mortal Kombat. So let's start from the head. That is usually one of the most interesting and satisfying things to build. This is gonna be the base of the head. I'm building with studs downwards, and then on top we are gonna switch the studs up. For the eyes is pretty straightforward. We have the similar technique that I used for the other ones that I did before. So here we have a headlight brick and then two plates and one tile to come out flashier on the side. Over here on the top we are gonna be switching the studs. Same technique as in the previous one. So we have a technique brick and a modified brick. This will connect on top, align perfectly. And now I have the studs on top. And here I'm gonna add another modified brick so we can add a little bit of details for the side of the head. Over here we're gonna have the same structure like this. So this is gonna connect, and now the face is mostly completed. This time I decide to have the eyes pointing in one direction instead of being with the black on the side, so they're both facing that side. Sorry, the black should have been in, I think. And then here we are gonna complete again with some studs behind the back here, and we are gonna add this dish that's gonna be in the space between studs to give a rounded back, and then a little bit of extra details over here connected to that one modified brick. This is not a very interesting hair because he's wearing a sort of cape. If you want to see some more interesting looking hair, I recommend you to check out my Goku chibi figure. That is definitely more interesting. But now here to complete the face, we're gonna need to add a yellow mask, and now the character start to become a little bit more recognizable. Now let's move back. I didn't build a big base like I did with previous one because I need to stay between the 101 piece count. Probably I will rework this on some point while here I'm showing you how to build the legs. Not much possibility for these legs. I'm basically just building with arches and then a few modified bricks with some sort of yellow shin guards and the feet. Before I'm gonna bring these to some exhibition, I will probably rework them. I'm gonna add a few pieces over the 101 to make it more interesting. Now let's move on to the body. So here I use these fairly recent modified bricks that have studs on four sides. So they have 1, 2, 3, and 4 faced. Let me see if I can show you one. So these are very useful. And what I decided to do here is to build a little bit in all directions, okay? So this is gonna help to keep everything together. And then at the front, we are gonna add this structure here, which use the round 1x2 that allow me then to open and give an angle. So this is gonna be the front. This needs to be flipped this way, like this. So now I have the possibility to open this and create the iconic shape of his clothing. At the bottom, actually, here I forget to add one piece. We also have to add this couple of pieces. So we are gonna have the piece of his yellow clothing coming down in the center between the legs. Actually, maybe we can already connect it over here at the anti-stud there, and now you can see already it's taking shape, and then the head is going to be here on top. We can add it later on. Now for the side, I have this simple structure. I'm going to show you here how it's built. I have a slope, I have this sort of modified plate with the studs coming on top. Here I have another plate with this, I don't know exactly how this is called. This is some sort of rocky texture kind of thing, and I think it worked well to give a little bit of a sort of shoulder pad kind of detail. And it doesn't have necessarily to be super true to the character, but I think it works out pretty nice. And then at the back I'm gonna add one plate. Again, here there should be a few more structure inside, because this can be easily pulled off, but this is to stay in the 101 parts limit that I have for this build. Now here the chain that is what make me decide to do this. So here I have a similar arm to what I did with Goku, but this will actually allow me to have a little bit of a range of motion. So with these modified plates connect at the back here, these allow me actually to give a little bit of angle, and I can also rotate actually this one, so I can pose it in any way I like. On this side, similar thing, I'm gonna actually connect it a little bit higher. So this actually is gonna have a range of motion like this, okay? And because I use this bar over here, I actually have also a little bit of range of motion up and down. And if I want, I can also rotate this because it's connected over on that bar. So I can also rotate, and I have quite a good mobility for this one. So what I want is to have the chain going from end to end, and then the top part is actually shooting off his arms, off his hands. So what I decided to do is have a transparent bar that go through, and then I have a light gray sort of a lightsaber kind of thing to connect the top of the chain, the front of the chain. I would have liked to have this one in dark gray. I don't know whether it exists or not, but this is what I have in my collection. So I think now the character have a decent pose, and then on top we can add the head. That also, because it's on a jumper, it allow me to have a range of mobility. So I think the character now looks pretty cool. Let's see how it looks next to the other two. So here we have Ahsoka. You can say the scale is a little bit more similar, except for the base. And the Wing Mario actually he has a similar structure for the face, but then a different body style. I will probably bring these three to an exhibition soon. Before I will do that, Ahsoka probably is not gonna have much changes, but I'm gonna reinforce this one because these are now with 101 pieces. I'm gonna add more so that they are gonna look better, and I probably also gonna create a base for this one. If you guys like this build, I actually recommend you to go and check out my first one that started this series. That was my Wednesday Addams Chibi figure. Thank you very much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please consider to leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching. See you on the next one. Ciao, ciao.